Welcome back to Bradley's Garage. We're working on our Mercedes 2013 C250 again. If you guys come over here, I'm going to show you. This is a common problem on this Mercedes. This air intake tube is sold as a complete unit, only from Mercedes, so no aftermarket companies make it. And if you take a look here, we have a problem. This tube, especially the little one, likes to split and break at this connection. So, I mean, quick fix, obviously you can just put some, silicone or put some sealant on there to tide you over. But as you can tell, we got a problem here and we're gonna have to take that apart. So let's walk you through the steps on how to remove this intake tube and replace it. So let's get into it. All right, so first thing we wanna do is pull the engine cover. I always like to start in the back. You pull it here, you end up, breaking the front. So I'm just gonna set that up out of our way. We're gonna go ahead and grab the 7mm and we're gonna remove this here. Loosen that up. So we got that loose. We can go ahead and unlock the clip here. This is for the map sensor. Unlock it and just unplug. So that's out of our way. We can also unplug this little breather tube. That's just a push button there. And then we have this little factory clamp. I just put a little scratch awl, kind of stick it in there. It kind of opens it up and gives the ability to separate it. And once it's off, then we can just use our little hook tool just to kind of get it started, slide it back. Okay, put that out of our way. Then this will give us, there'll be a little bit more room once we get the other side off. So the other thing that's holding it is we have a 7mm down here. So let's see if we can get our Milwaukee in there. If you reach down, you can feel the hose clamp. It's locked sideways. I think this is too long. Yeah, it's gonna be too long. So we're gonna get a shorter extension. So you kind of just, you're gonna have to feel, you kind of do it by braille. Let me try to get some light in there for you guys. Okay, so you can see I have just a quarter drive with my 7mm, 1-inch extension. I'm just loosening the hose clamp onto the basically turbo inlet. So I know it's difficult to show you, but at least you have an idea where I'm coming in at, basically right in front of the turbo there. Okay, so we have everything loose. We're gonna go ahead and get your hook tool. I wanna make sure that you break this free, this little hard plastic line. This will pull out. Okay, that's out. This is loose. And then this one, we can just kind of pull forward now that we broke it loose. It will kind of stay onto that pipe. Okay. And then kind of just have to work it a little bit off of the turbo. Gosh, it is really stuck. Okay, we got it. Okay, so remember you have one more plug here that you're gonna have to unplug before taking it out completely. Of course, it has another lock. And push the tab back, and then you can unplug it. Okay, so we got it out. That was loose. It's really tight onto the turbo. Obviously, if it's never been off, then be a little challenge. So the new one does come with the map sensor and the clamp, so it's 100% complete. And this is another, I don't know what sensor this is. Might be another air sensor. But the tube is, like I said, the tube is complete. So let's grab the new one and we'll get it reinstalled. Brand new Mercedes. We'll leave the part number in the description below, a link so you can get it. We buy all our stuff from FCP Euro because they have a lifetime guarantee on all the products. So that way, if this ever fails, if anything ever breaks in the future, then you get a new one at no cost. You send this one back and they credit your account. So go ahead. I'm just going to loosen these up. Make sure they're all the way loose so we have as much stretch as possible. All right, so we have our new air tube here. I'm just going to put a little silicone spray. Just help it slide on. Over the turbo is a little stiff sometimes. So we'll get our hose down. And just remember, you have to plug in that first connector before you get too far along. So make sure and plug that in and then push in your lock clip. All right. And then so we're just kind of lining everything up. We can do a little spray on that one as well. It helps line things up. And I already stuffed that one in. Sorry, I didn't show you guys. So we're gonna just go ahead and work this one in first. Okay, and then this one, the little red one goes here. So we just get that one lined up, and then the air box is easy. We can do that anytime. So turbo, you can kind of just look underneath the assembly here, the power steering, and you can kind of get things lined up as you're pushing forward. Make sure everything is there and not binding. I'm going to go all the way forward. And then you're just working, like I said, you're just working it onto that turbo. Okay, it's nice. You're going to press all the way here, all the way up. And then this is going to click on, click into place. It's already there. This one, we're going to go ahead and just finish pushing it in. Okay, and then we have this, our little one that we took the clamp off. We're going to see if we have another little extra clamp, or see if we can get the other one back on and recrimp it. So we'll play with that one in a moment. We have this all the way up. As you can see, there's a little arrow lined up with the two dots, so we know everything is nice and straight. We have our air box here. Get it onto there. We'll get this one cinched down. All right, so if you come take a look over here, you'll see down underneath there, we have it all the way flush with the turbo housing. So you just want to make sure that rubber hose is all the way against the kind of the rough turbo. You don't see any smooth pipe there. So it's all the way on. So for the turbo, you need to get your quarter drive 1-inch extension with your 7mm. And then it's kind of just by, by braille, you can't really see it. So get it connected here, and then just start ratcheting it. Just in a tight area, so it's a little tricky, but the downside of loosening that clamp all the way is you have a lot more to tighten. So, but like I said, you can only move 1 inch at a time, so it takes a little while. All right, got that tight. Everything looks good. We can plug in our map sensor here, push the connector, push the lock. All right, let's play around with this and see if we can reuse that. Okay, so you can see, hopefully we just kind of unclipped it. So if we can squeeze it and get this to pop over, we might be able to reuse it again. So let's, make the attempt. If not, then we can always just throw a regular hose clamp on there, no big deal. Okay, got it. All right, well, it worked. Gotta just play with it a little bit. But you can actually reuse it. Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and do a little with my dikes here, just to tighten it up just a little bit. Okay, I'm happy with that. Okay, so we're just gonna do a final check. We have all of our sensors, hoses, clamps, everything's good, tight. And we're gonna go ahead and put our engine cover back on. Just line up the oil filler and dipstick, and you can kind of press down in those 4 places. So hopefully that helps you out with your Mercedes air intake pipe repair. Remember, this is all one piece, comes with a map sensor. Link is in the description below. And like I said, you're gonna have a check engine light if this is leaking, and maybe a rough idle, inconsistent idle. So hopefully it helps you out with your Mercedes. Be sure to check out the channel for other C250 repairs we've done on this car, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.